Hello friendos, my name's Name. Welcome to Cray Cray Night. Today we are doing something a little different. I've been recently watching Mini Lad here recently, and he's done something that has kind of struck my interest a little. And I just didn't want to play a game tonight because I'm having problems. So I'm thinking about just going on the Reddit nosleep. I actually don't sleep that much as it is, so why not just have a reason not to? So here we go. Something weird came out of my 3D printer. These printers have been getting pretty popular in my area, and I wanted to see what the hype was about. They were too expensive to buy new, so I scoured eBay, Craigslist, and the local garage sales for more used affordable options. I was astonished to find one in the free section on Craigslist from someone near my area. How lucky am I? It had a weird name though. The guy called it My Creator. You can call it what you want, but it looks like a 3D printer to me. We decided to meet at a coffee shop. Usually coffee shops are a safe public space for transactions such as these, but this part of town was eerie. Not scary as someone will mug me, but eerie in the sense that it was empty. One of those small towns you drive through without even realizing it. It was easy to spot the guy amongst the sea of empty chairs. We locked eye contact, and he immediately unhinged his weird smile. It looked like he didn't know how to work his face. He was pretty thin and nerdy looking, so I assumed he probably doesn't interact with people that much anyways. I grabbed the box and went on my merry way. I didn't bother to open it while I was there because it was free and he didn't look like the scamming type. So I took it home without question. When I unboxed the device, I was surprised by the condition it was in. It looked so thrown together. It didn't match the image on Craigslist at all. It was informally manufactured, but more homemade. It looked like someone had made it from pieces they found in a scrapyard. I didn't mind. Again, it was free. How could you blame me? If it didn't work, who cares? I hooked it up to my computer and looked for something to print. I didn't know how these things worked. Do I have to load it with special ink like a regular printer? Do I have to load a special 3D printer paper? Do I have to use the special software in my computer that I can print from Microsoft Word? I just figured I'd mess around and figure the stuff as I went. I just found something on Google Images and pressed print to see what notification would pop up on my laptop harassing me of my ignorance. Miraculously, the piece of junk started buzzing and making my design. It works. I was ecstatic and surprised. I didn't even have to load any special printing stuff either. This was truly free. Who would give this away? I figured he probably makes dozens of these devices and he just gave me his crappy first attempt at making one. I started off with printing things like foods, puzzles, and cars. I didn't realize how accurate these things were, down to the feel and the mechanism of everything I printed. It was almost as if I bought it from the store. The best part was that it was so easy. Just find some image on Google and print it out. Looking back, I should have been more skeptical that my 3D printer was printing 2D images and designs. I like to doodle and create unique looking creatures, like combining features from various animals. So I thought it would be cool to upload one of my drawings to my computer and print it to see how it looked in 3 dimensions. I would have my own little limited edition action figure. The printing for this project took forever. While the others took several hours, this thing took days, nearly weeks. I was getting nervous. I thought my device was broken or had its last legs of functioning. As they say, you get what you pay for. Only if that fear were true. I went about my days normally anxious, waiting for my creation to print. Everything was going smoothly, day by day. It was really growing. It was so realistic. It was almost scary even. At the time, I couldn't quite describe it. I looked at the process of the computer and it was almost done. I was excited to wake up the next morning to my masterpiece. Sadly, the morning didn't come. I was awakened in the night to sounds coming from downstairs. I slowly crept to my closet and grabbed a bat. I slowly opened my door and crept down the top of the stairs. From the top I yelled, "The cops are on their way. You're gonna rot in jail." The noises stopped. What was he doing? Waiting for my next move? Shouldn't he just get out of here? I crept down the stairs to nearly faint at what I saw. Something happened to your drawings once they entered the 3D realm. Printing out the watermelons and Rubik's Cubes is alright because you've already seen them in your day-to-day life. But something in the printer distorts your drawings. Limbs stretch, features compress, and some things have to be made up. The printer fills in the blanks of the picture like the backside of a drawing from the inside of the mouth. And what it crafts is absolutely terrifying. How do I describe it? It was so real. It was one thing to draw a little funny little animation of this thing, but it was another to see it through my own eyes. It was horrendously ugly. It had a slimy body with a shell of a less turtle and the thick skin of an elephant and the fur that was more of the lankings of a porcupine. Its limbs were freakishly skinny and long, nearly tripling its size of body. Its teeth were the most freaky. They were like sharp, pointy, fleshy fingers shoved in a mouth. I couldn't bear looking at this disgusting thing, and it grew. After the ransacking of my trash, cupboards, and fridge, this thing was growing at an alarming rate. I'm just surprised that this thing was alive. I know 3D printers have been building houses and bridges and are growing more sophisticated, but life? How could cold machinery and circuit boards produce a warm, living, breathing beast? I'm awed and horrified all at once. This is the future of technology. If this printer could print creatures, could it print humans? Crap. CRISPR. And I'm just going to print out my own child? The guy who gave me this is pioneering technology I couldn't dream of. I sprinted up the stairs, locked myself in my bathroom, and called the police and paused. What do I say? There's a monster downstairs and it's going to kill me? Yeah, they're really going to believe that. It's eating absolutely everything I have. It sounds like it's not just eating food as well. I hear the crashing and tearing of wood from appliances. The walls are subject to the same crunch of the beast's jaws, and it just seems to be growling. The house is shaking with every step it takes. I write this from my bathroom as an apology and an explanation. I was just an ordinary guy, curious about a flourishing trend. I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt. It's coming up the stairs. It's going to find me. It can smell me. Oh my gosh, it's at my door. This is it. This is the end. I don't have much time as I write this on the opposite side of the door. I won't be able to hold it back. It is far larger than I am. The pathetic lock on the door won't mean nothing to this beast of a thing. Please, whatever you do, spread the word. There's a thing loose and it's hungry. It's going to eat everything it sees and it grows. I have no idea how large it can grow to or what it's capable of doing, but please just know that it's coming. And who knows what or who can stop it. His name was Eddie Sullivan. Someone find him and ask him what he has created. He is messing with things that this world is not ready for. I am so very sorry I did this up to you all. Stay endo acidiv. Oh goodness. That's freaky. First of all, with technology actually progressing, there's no telling what it can come to. And am I the only one that saw Eddie Sullivan and thought about James P. Sullivan? I was very confused why he named his drawing James P. Sullivan. Looks like the OP was eaten and the thing he printed posted his tail. Good monster. That's hilarious. Oh. Okay, so this is a new one. It's called The Shadows That Follow Me. Note, I am on mobile. Format will be weird. Since I could remember, there have been things that follow me wherever I go. Every house I've ever lived in is haunted by things that used to live there or by the ones that could cling to me. Most are nice, but some are not. Also, I should have died years ago. In broad daylight while trying to cross the street, I'd suddenly feel someone push me while a raged driver zoomed forward. Fortunately, I'd feel someone shove me back by my shoulders before I could get hit. I'd look back and there would be no one behind me or in front of me, just the flickering light of a useless pedestrian light. It's impossible to rationalize the sudden strong wind feeling the sun is blazing hot and I could smell the melting rubber. It was also that hand. One time, we went to a retreat house near a few steep cliffs. The wind was strong there, but when it's not, that's when I explore with some friends. Exploring is fun. Attempted murder by shadow people are not. While climbing down the cliff to see a garden my friends found earlier, I felt someone pull my leg hard. I assumed it was one of my friends pulling a prank on me, so I yelled at her, "Dude, what the heck? I don't want to die." The thing pulled harder while I clung onto the rock before it stopped. I got down and asked who pulled my leg. "We've been here for a few minutes. Why would anyone pull you?" was what the friend said. "I don't know. Prank me, maybe scare me." "You think this place is haunted?" Another friend started making movie ghost noises. "Actually, ghost noises sound more like the voices of your loved ones calling for you." "That's not funny. I don't want to see any more of those." "Relax, it's quiet here. As long as we don't make a mess of the retreat homes, we should be fine." Dan, a classmate with her third eye open, said, "We are not fine during this day." My current scariest experience with shadow people is when I was organizing my clothes on my luggage for a trip abroad. I had music in the background, my family was downstairs watching boxing, the lights were on except for the storage room beside my room and across the master bedroom. I like to keep it closed at all times. Too much bad energy and I'm pretty sure that they all stay there, the shadows. I got bored putting my clothes in my luggage, so I started running around the room listening to music on maximum volume. I shouldn't have done that. My room is so small. When you enter, you'll immediately see the built-in closets and the left my small desk beside a queen bed. To the corner of the windows, wide open, is my study table and my extra shelves. While I was running around the room, I saw a man, just for a second, shove me hard enough to trip, but something held me to keep my footing. It was all fast, but I saw a silhouette of a teenage boy run past me and run through the closed door of my bedroom. If I had tripped, my face would have slammed on the closet and shattered my glasses to my face, and I'd bleed out. I stared at the door, open, mouthed. I don't have siblings. I was the only teen in that whole house. The door was locked. What the actual heck was that? I looked around the room and grabbed my phone to run up to the master's bedroom. I slept there that night. At 2 a.m., I woke up feeling someone staring at me. My grandma slept beside me while my grandpa on the floor because he kicks, screams, and punches in his sleep. I couldn't move. It was sleep paralysis, I thought. I thought I could get out of it by counting 1 to 10 and kick my legs as hard as I could. I was stuck, and there was a man a few inches from my face, laughing. My phone was a few millimeters away from my fingers, but I couldn't move them. I was stuck, and there was a man in black speaking a language I don't understand. "Don't touch my family. I don't care what you do to me. Don't touch them." I kept repeating the sentence over and over, and the man stopped laughing, and I could move my eyes to see him. What I saw haunts me to this day. He wore a simple black pants and long sleeve polo. His hair reached to his shoulders and he had long curved horns. His bangs covered his face, but I still couldn't see his eyes regardless of how much I focused. He grinned at me, an impossible grin for a human person. His teeth were pointing as he opened his mouth to speak what I assumed was in Latin. And for the first time in a long time, I prayed to every god I knew, Christian, Norse, and all of them. I was terrified. This was the first time any of the shadow people came close to me, and it was solid enough that I could touch them if they just let me move. I closed my eyes and willed my body to move. I prayed, I counted, and I tried to move every limb that would listen to me. The air felt so heavy I couldn't breathe. I wanted it to leave. I didn't know if it offended him in the past life, but I was scared. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want it to take me nor touch any of my grandparents. I felt it touch my hair. It was petting me like a dog. A good dog entertaining its master. Finally, I could feel my body relax, but he was still there, staring, petting, chanting. I forced my body to turn and let it slide and hugged my grandpa as hard as I could. I didn't see anything. Is it sunrise yet? I buried my face in my grandpa's back and felt it disappear. I could finally breathe. Then the radio turned on. Okay. I don't understand the last part of it. Honestly, that's terrifying, first of all. I've never witnessed sleep paralysis, but I know a few people that have, and I know that it can be very, very terrifying, and no person should have to go through that. I know that it's a thing that usually you'll have at least once. That's actually kind of scary. Oh, I really don't know what to think, because I don't understand the ending. There's like so many ways that it can go from there. But that's kind of Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna leave this video here. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like down below and you comment and you say that you want more, because I honestly don't know. Anyways, I will see you guys next. Bye.